Hi, I'm Mandy Friedman, licensed professional clinical counselor, clinically certified domestic violence counselor, clinically certified trauma professional, and the creator of SNAP, Survivors of Narcissistic and Abusive Personalities. Today I'd like to share with you a tool that I use in therapy with my clients that is very helpful in solving the issue of cognitive dissonance. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how cognitive dissonance affects survivors of abuse, push pause and go back to my channel content and find the video that is called What is Cognitive Dissonance? And I recommend this specific video because I am describing cognitive dissonance as it applies to survivors of abuse, not as a general concept, but specifically how it affects survivors. So, what is the fact list? What do I mean by this? Okay, so if you're a survivor of abuse, you understand and have experienced this cognitive dissonance that happens where you start to question, was that person ever really actually abusive? Maybe I was the abusive one? Or are they a narcissist? Were they narcissistic? And you start to question it, right? And it's very hard to keep yourself rooted because you keep remembering things that don't really go with the personality as being abusive. And what I mean by that is that they do nice things too. They do good things too. There were good times. It wasn't all bad. And because of all of the psychological abuse that you endure, the gaslighting, the manipulation, the hypocritical accusations, the way that they mischaracterize you, the way that they change the narrative and try to control the narrative, right? That causes problems in terms of our ability to remember what's real and what isn't real. And we can get lost, especially when we're activated or triggered. Okay, so let me move past this part of it, which would be the neurobiological component, why this helps you and it helps your brain. Okay, so survivors of abuse who have been traumatized will often, when we're triggered or stressed out, we're operating from the trauma base of our brain, which is the amygdala. And that can make things very confusing, and it's hard to know if we're seeing things clearly, right? Okay, so when we use a list or when we use tools that correct that and place our thinking in a different part of the brain, that we are basing our views, our decisions, our behaviors in the logical, rational part of our brain, that's why journaling helps. That's why psychoeducation can help. That's why we use grounding techniques. This puts the energy that we're using in our brain into the part of the brain that can keep us logical and rational. And a fact list does just that. So that's why we use the fact list. What is the fact list? It is a list maybe of 3 facts, and these are the big ones. These are the ones that shake you, that remind you, that you can't deny, and they're observable. It's not about feelings or intuition or what might have happened. It's what definitely happened that was observable, that is a fact. For example, I caught them cheating. So it is factually true that you discovered that they were being unfaithful. Is that a fact? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Another fact might be they physically abused me. They raped me. They physically restrained me, would not let me leave the room when I was trying to get away. Those are facts. That happened, right? Another one might be that they abused children in front of you and you saw that happen, or they abused the pet and you saw that happen. That's a fact, right? So the fact list is a short one, and it's something that you want to keep on you, whether it's on a tiny little piece of paper that you have in your pocket, or it's on your phone in a list that you can get to very quickly. And when you are having that feeling of, maybe it wasn't that bad, or maybe it would be okay if we communicated, it's been a while. You're starting to doubt yourself. You're starting to kind of, veer off the path a little bit. Get out that fact list, and that will straighten you out. It will remind you, oh, wow, that's who we're dealing with. Yes, of course. They did do this. They did do that. They did harm me in this way. They did harm the children in this way. They stole money from me. They lied to my face, right? So yeah, you had a great trip to Disney World with the kids, but while you were there, you were sexually assaulted by your spouse, right? So it gets confusing for survivors and for targets when the abuser is wonderful and is also a monster at the same time. So the fact list will keep you rooted in fact and truth. It will keep you using the part of your brain which is rational and logical, and it will help you solve that cognitive dissonance. Please be sure to search for me on other social media platforms. Like and subscribe, join our Snap group on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook or Instagram. And now I'll say goodbye. Goodbye.